Hello and welcome to another episode of Naval Academy series, where I'm going through all Naval Academy missions in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. I'm your host, Fluffy Armchair Admiral, and today I got some big news for you guys. Well, apparently, at the time when I was recording the video, I noticed that there is a new patch. So Alpha 12 landed, and there are some changes. I'm not going to go through all of them, but in general, the developers added some new hulls, they added some new toys at our disposal, they made some changes to ship designer, and also they declared that the next big patch, which I believe is going to be Alpha 13, is going to contain a campaign. So that means we might begin a new series where I will also be playing a campaign of this fantastic game. I don't know about you, but I'm super excited. I was waiting for that moment for 1.5 years, and finally, we might get it really soon. I don't know when the patch will land, but recently the developers were updating the game once every 2 or 3 months. So in nearby future, we might see something new coming into the game. This is really interesting. Anyway, let's not talk about it. Yeah, let's crack on with today's episode. So, in today's episode, we are going to destroy a full fleet, because that's the mission for today's episode, or today's video, or yeah, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I know, I do a lot of repeats in my language, but well, I'm still practicing. Those are a few things that I'm also practicing myself. Anyway, what is the mission all about? So the objective is to decide what kind of warship will become the main attack force. The enemy fleet possesses 2 super dreadnoughts, a state-of-the-art battlecruiser, and numerous support ships. You have some money to invest on building a fleet of a single warship type. Will you build a few strong battleships, some fast battlecruisers, or maybe several more cheaper ships? So you will build, or as a player I will build, either battleship, battlecruiser, heavy cruiser, light cruiser, or destroyer. The funds assigned for this mission is $165 million, and the enemy fleet will contain 2 battleships, 1 battlecruiser, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 light cruiser, and 3 destroyers. A grand total of 8 ships. The time limit of 250 minutes has to be enough for me to sink 50% of enemy ships, while at the same moment keeping alive 50% of my own ships. Enemy will never retreat. Right. That sounds very interesting. We can, as always, choose one of several bonuses. In that case, there are 3 different bonuses that I can choose from. I can either enhance my firepower, I can improve maneuverability and survivability of my ships, or I can just get more money to build bigger fleet. Right. So, what should I do? I am very keen to maximize my firepower and get super strong and like powerful ships. But on the other hand, that would perhaps be a little bit boring, isn't it? In the last few episodes, I've been mostly focusing on building battleships, isn't it? Well, maybe not in Hurry Up, which was battlecruiser. But yeah, I'm always going for a battleship. Maybe should I go for heavy cruisers this time? You know what? Let's select our bonus, which is enhanced firepower. I will definitely stay with this choice. And let's see what we can build. Perhaps there is some suitable hull for me to actually go for. Okay, so here we are. We can obviously go for a Dreadnoughts 4, 3, 2, 1. We can go with Battlecruiser 3 or 2. Or we can go with Armored Cruiser. Oh my goodness me, that looks very old. Yeah. Do you guys think I could manage it using heavy cruisers? I would have to focus my forces to fight against those destroyers and perhaps light cruiser. Yeah, that might sound like an idea. Uh-huh. Definitely. Trying to avoid a fire from battleships while at the same time killing all the auxiliary fleet might not sound as a bad idea on its own. But on the other hand, I could just grab a battleship and it would do the job. And then I would build like 2 battleships. If I would go for Dreadnought 4, which is pretty much looking similar to Congo-class battleships. Yeah. I could build a fast battleship with that. Oh, I have no clue what should I go for. Right, let's go for battleship. Okay, that sounds like a plan. So we are going to build Corbeil. Perhaps reducing its speed to 24 knots would be very appropriate. Oh, we got some oil burners of different kinds right now. Those are one of the changes introduced in latest patch, Alpha 12. Right, induced boilers might definitely do some job. Geared steam turbines and perhaps auxiliary diesel engine. How does that sound? Yeah, that's for sure. Crab for armor, definitely. I want to reduce the weight in order to bring some bigger guns. Anti-torp, typically for me, I would go for anti-torp 2 or 3. That should be sufficient. Yeah, let's go with anti-torp 2. Perhaps reinforced bulkheads 2 and anti-float 2. Citadel, all or nothing, should be light enough. However, it is gonna be expensive. As you can see, even before I started to put anything on top of that hull, I can build only 3 battleships. Ooh, that sounds bad. Maximum bulkheads, that's for sure. And there is no equipment or armament just yet. But when I will put main tower and other stuff, I might see some changes to that. Right. So what should I go? Tall advanced tower 5. Ooh, this looks interesting. So if I would put this bad boy, let's say here. Yeah, that looks good. Secondary tower, rear tower. Ooh, okay. This one has a barbette. Perhaps if I could select something without a barbette, split it a little bit. Let's say I could put it here. There we go. And put some nice funnels. So I could go with a tall funnel 4. There we go. This is very cramped. Okay, tall funnel 3. Oh, if I would push this tower further away and go with tall funnel 3, that should be more or less same as tall as the previous one. Yeah, there we go. Or perhaps, no, you know what? Oh, there we go. They now look similar. So I got two nice funnels. Yeah. That looks nice. Okay, very symmetrical, I'd say. Okay. So we got the core of our battleship. Now we need some barbettes. Perhaps medium superimposed barbette 3? How does that sound? If I can push it a little bit away from the front tower, and perhaps I could squeeze in another one at the back. There we go. That looks beautiful. Yeah, that looks really beautiful. Centerline guns. Okay. Do I want to go with 15-inch guns, perhaps? Double guns? How does that sound? That sounds pretty good. The problem is, it doesn't want to fit. And if I would go with 13, no, 14-inch gun, let's say. Oh, it doesn't fit as well. So if I would push that forward and go for 15-inch gun, I wouldn't be able to fit it. Yeah. But if I would do that and then install 15-inch gun, how does that look? Ooh, no. That barbette is definitely too small. So, standard superimposed. There we go. That looks good. Dual guns. There we go. And there we go. Fantastic. Let me just get standard superimposed barbette. Let's push it a little bit more away from the tower. There we go. Let's balance the offset. So I might do it just like that. We will build just 2 battleships, but that's fine. That is perfectly fine. Okay, I definitely need some casemate guns, do I? We are nearing the weight limit, but I think 5-inch guns should do the job. Yeah, they are gonna be a little bit heavy, but 5-inch guns should definitely help protect my ship against all those smaller ships. And finally, some torpedo launchers. Why not? If I would install a quad torpedo launchers somewhere on the deck, let's say there. Oh, that looks beautiful. Rangefinder, obviously, well, stereoscopic 5. Radar, oh yeah, generation 2. Radio direction finder and Hydro 3. Let's not underinvest in that. We definitely need the best we can get from our ship. And oh yeah, that has an accuracy. That is lovely. We do have a little bit of a weight offset, but that's fine. I will try and balance that by putting better torpedoes with, okay, standard. Perhaps I could also use something nice. What should we... Should I use corded? Or should I just go with tube powder? Or maybe... Oh dear. Hard choices. TNT will definitely do a job. I will have better penetration. Definitely I could use the best barbettes I can get. This way my ship won't get detonated. And perhaps some secondary guns. Ooh. Just look at this. 4 times 4-inch gun. Yeah. Let's put that new toys in. So perhaps I could put one in here. One in here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, just look at this. It looks beautiful. It just looks beautiful. And another one in here. There we go. Now we got a firepower. Okay, that looks good. That looks very good. And it brings something new to this ship design. I'm really happy to see that. Right, so our ship has like a mediocre armor. Perhaps I could invest in some more belt. Definitely. 14. Let's say 15-inch belt. 8-inch belt extended. Yes, that's gonna make my ship better protected against any threats. Deck armor. Deck armor is very heavy, so 6-inch deck in general part, and let's say 4-inch on deck extended. Just look at the weight. Ooh, and I will build only one battleship. Yikes, that is a little bit too expensive. I overinvested in that bad boy. However, we could go for a challenge, and I could use only one battleship in this particular encounter to finish off enemy ships. I would still prefer to have 2 of them, though. Let me just retract on deck extended. Oh, I can now build 2. How far I can push this? 3.1 to get 2. Okay. Turret armor. Okay, I can keep pushing that a little bit. Let's increase that. Ooh. Okay, and turret up. As soon as I change that, I'm gonna get my ass kicked. What can I do? If I would reduce the torpedo tubes to eventually triple deck torpedoes, there we go. I could eventually invest in better turret tops. Because 5-inch seems more appropriate. Conning tower, let's pump this up as far as I can. Yeah, a little bit more armor at the cost of 1 torpedo tube is definitely highly appreciated. Let's say 17. Can I push it to 18? Yes, I can. Oh, and I can keep pushing turret armor as well. Perfect. We still got some displacement left. As soon as I touch deck extended, I'm gonna run into a problems. Perhaps. Oh, I am still building 1. That's no good. So conning tower is going back by 1 inch. Ooh, I can still build only 1. Yeah. What can I do? Okay, conning tower can go back by 1 more. By 2 more. Yeah. This doesn't look good. Turret armor. Yeah, let's reduce that to 14-inch. There we go. We can now put 2 of these bad boys. Oh, I see. What can I also do? Heavy shells? No, heavy shells will push me over the budget. Increased ammunition. Okay, 500,000. That's how much I would have to save. So perhaps... There we go. 1 less knot. 2 knots. Okay, 2 knots, and I still got some space. Okay, let's make it slower. we won't have to chase the enemy. Perhaps I could invest in shaft 1 or perhaps shaft 2. There we go, shaft 3. Wow, we can even go with shaft 3 and I still got some space. Or shaft 1 and let's say super heavy. No, super heavy is a little bit too heavy. Heavy. That pushed me a little bit over the limit. So standard shells. Yeah, standard shells with increased ammo. Okay. So we will have a little bit more lead to throw at the enemy. What else I can do? Perhaps advanced hydraulic. Ooh. Maybe electrical turrets. Ooh, electrical can fit. Hydro-electro is a little bit too much, but electrical turret traverse speed, yes. The problem is that it does increase flash fire explosion chance. But it's not that often that I'm using electrical turrets, so perhaps a little bit better turret traverse speed will help me a lot. So I can't lose even a single battleship, but I can have 2 in this battle, which should help me destroy enough enemies in reasonable amount of time. I will focus fire on lighter ships like heavy cruisers, battle cruisers, perhaps light cruisers and some destroyers. And hopefully we will be able to sink 4 of them before the enemy sinks one of my battleships. Right, guys, I think we are more or less ready. Let me just set my camera for a nice, lovely screenshot. Okay, that looks beautiful. Okay, we got our screenshot. That will do as a nice thumbnail, just in case I will forget to take any screenshots throughout the missions. And, well, let's begin. Okay, so here we are, our 2 French battleships against Empire of Japan. 2 battleships, 1 battlecruiser, 1 heavy cruiser, 1 light cruiser, and 3 destroyers. That's gonna be very interesting battle. Right, so we got Corvette and Ocean. Let's definitely detach them from their division. And we shall charge into enemy at 18 knots. So that we can gain some nice accuracy bonuses. Okay, we can use time compression for this one. And hopefully we can destroy a full fleet. That looks good. Enemy is to the north. Very nice. Okay. I will turn in very hard. What do we have here? Oh, that is enemy destroyer. Okay, first shots have been fired. Oh, just look at this. Beautiful. I got some screenshots. Right, I need to... Oh, that was a terrific timing. I need to watch out on those destroyers, because they can really mess up my fleet. Especially that my torpedo protection is a little bit lacking. I do have some torpedoes of my own, so perhaps I will put it onto save mode. So I don't want to send my torpedoes out against one of those destroyers. I will never hit them. Okay. I will turn out a little bit harder. That's the enemy destroyer. Okay. Shots are going off really nicely, but we keep missing. We need to score a hit. Oh, okay, my secondaries opened up. Oh, that was almost a hit. That was very close. We still haven't identified the enemy destroyer. I just do hope we are outside of torpedo range. Okay, we are still outside of torpedo range. I will turn out a little bit so that the torpedoes won't go off. Okay, if I'm unlucky, the torpedoes have gone off. We are at the edge of torpedo range though. Okay, I will turn out to avoid being hit by torpedo from Mutsuki. We did score some hits, and Mutsuki still haven't launched its torpedoes, but that may quickly change. Ooh. Okay, we damaged the engines on Mutsuki. My secondaries are definitely doing... Ooh, a massive hit from my 15-inch guns, and Mutsuki is going down. Perfect. Secondaries immediately change to another destroyer, which we are about to identify really soon. Asanagi. She is pretty much a copy of Mutsuki. Ooh, another massive hit on Asanagi. Ooh, 2 hits. Yeah, she's going down. Okay. So the last destroyer on enemy fleet is Fubuki. That was very fast. Right, both Corvette and Ocean can now turn in. Pretty much the torpedo threat is gone. Ooh, and look at that salvo. Ooh, 2 massive hits on Fubuki. We didn't cause any flooding, but definitely... Oh, she gotta hurt that. Yeah, that definitely hurt. Just look at that firepower. Oh, more hits. Oh, we caused the flooding. My goodness me, look at her. She's listing so badly. My goodness me. Ouch. That was extremely heavy hit. Right. So there is no torpedo threat right now. So Ocean can switch fire to enemy battleships. Corvette can switch fire to enemy battleship. And let's actually see what kind of enemy battleships there are. Those might be very interesting. Okay, pretty standard design. They have a lot of guns. Yeah, they got... Wow, just look at that salvo. How spread out it is. My goodness me. Well, we definitely did a great job dealing with those destroyers. They haven't scored even a single hit on me. They haven't even actually launched any torpedoes. And at this point, I have to sink just one enemy ship. This is very interesting. We could focus our fire on enemy battleships, but I could also focus Ocean's fire on enemy light cruiser. How does that sound? Where is that enemy cruiser? There she is. Right. That looks more like a battle cruiser, to be fair. I'm not sure how long it will take us to beat this bad boy, but this salvo looks alright. Ooh. Okay, we caused fire. That looks good. We still haven't suffered from any hits ourselves. I think I might have... Oh, okay. Never mind. Forget about that. We just took a hit. But I do have a feeling that we might have built a little bit of an overkill against this enemy. Just look at that. Another salvo out. Ooh, those look really good. Ah, that was very close. Right, let's have a look at Corbett. Corbett is currently shooting at Hio. Ooh, and we scored a hit. Ooh. Okay, we suffer from fire. That's a very dangerous situation. That is definitely very dangerous situation. Okay. Sounds like a plan. Let's turn in towards the enemy. Okay, so I'm trying to shoot at battlecruiser and a battleship. Both of my ships are very close to each other, which is good and bad at the same time. Does the enemy actually have any torpedoes? Yes. Their auxiliary fleet still does have some torpedoes. But we should be able to deal with them pretty easily. Tsukushi suffered from a massive hit. Oh, torpedo has been destroyed on Corbett. That's very bad. Okay, my secondaries opened up at enemy battlecruiser. They probably won't do much, but we shall see. Oh, rather damaged, flooding, my goodness me. Yeah, Tsukushi is definitely suffering from some heavy damage right now. Just look at it. Entire rear section of the ship is flooding. The water leaks into other compartments. Our fire is not super accurate. But things might change really quickly in this game. Corbett might eventually explode if she gets hit. And what then? Well, then the mission is over. That's what it is then. So I really need to be careful. Even though Tsukushi suffered from heavy damage, Corbett is also suffering from some flooding. We should be easily able to deal with that problem though. Okay, we are shelling Hio, but with very small effect. Come on, guys. All I have to do is to sink one more ship. Another flooding. Oh, another 2 floodings on Tsukushi. Yeah, she's not in a great shape now. Ooh. Yeah, that might be the end of enemy battlecruiser. And Tsukushi is sinking. And with that done, well, that's the mission over. The battle took us only 12.5 minutes. I actually spent more time building that warship than I did fighting with the enemy. That's how easy this mission is. It's definitely very, very simple, as you could see. But, well, guys, that's how things are going. Oops, my bad. I'm making silly recording mistakes today. Anyway, eventually we managed to beat that mission quite easily. As I expected, my battleships did a great job. I was actually hoping to suffer from a little bit more critical hits from the enemy. The description was saying about some state-of-the-art battle cruiser, but well, that definitely wasn't state-of-the-art. Super Dreadnoughts, nah. Well, Dreadnoughts were probably a bit superior to mine, but I wouldn't call that battle cruiser a state-of-the-art. Support ships, yes, they were definitely numerous, but as you could see, the enemy made a huge mistake by trying to charge us with 3 destroyers, especially against well-armed battleships. That never ends well. On top of that, well, their battlecruiser was a bit, well, not state-of-the-art, if I would describe it that way, and eventually it sunk pretty quickly. Which is a shame. It is a shame because definitely that mission could become a little bit harder. Perhaps win condition could go up to 75% of the enemies, which would put requirements of sinking 6 enemy ships, which means I would also have to sink heavy cruiser and light cruiser in order to fulfill the mission objectives. But well, the game is still in development, so definitely there are some, or there is some room to improve things here and there. But definitely destroy a full fleet sounds more scary than it actually is. This mission is deadly simple. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed that short encounter. As you could see, my design happened to be very, very successful. It was nothing special. 8 guns, 15-inch guns, which are very accurate, topped up with multiple 5-4-inch guns. On top of that, we also had torpedoes, just in case enemy will get close enough for us to actually use them. It never happened in this battle, but I could definitely feel that enemy was trying to push on me, and if they would receive a little bit more time to survive, I could probably see some weird development of that encounter. Perhaps enemy would be able to, let's say, unleash their torpedoes. If they would decide to attack as a whole fleet, I would probably have a much harder time sinking those destroyers. But again, it's a strategy. If AI will be able to judge their required strategy a little bit better, or if AI would be a little bit more aggressive when it comes to launching torpedoes, I might have some more issues with that mission. But currently, in its current state, this sort of battleship is all you need. And you can invest quite a lot of money into building your battleship or battleships. Same goes to other classes of ships. However, yes, I can agree, if I would select, let's say, heavy cruiser, this mission would be much, much harder. Even battle cruiser, probably would make it a bit more interesting than it usually was, or than it eventually was. So perhaps adjusting, let's say, building abilities of the player would also be a good solution to make this mission a little bit harder. And by saying a little bit, yes, we don't want to, well, I wouldn't like to see the mission that is completely unbeatable. And there are some missions that are very tough to beat. I remember previously, or back in the days, in previous versions of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, I really had a hard time with missions where you have to build modern super battleship and defeat even a mediocre fleet. I never had talent to build all those superior or super battleships of more modern times. I was more drifting towards, let's say, years of 1925 to 1936, which is pretty much the end period when I can easily build a battleship that can stand for himself, that can become a serious threat towards the enemy, but it's at the at the same time not that undefeatable, if you know what I mean. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, well, give it a thumbs up, and definitely, if you are new to the channel, please consider to subscribe. Also, after you subscribe, don't forget to turn on that bell notifications so you will never miss out on any content that I do. Finally, I would also like to encourage you to join my Discord server where you can catch me and obviously have a chat. You can share your crazy designs of your own creations in like a ship designer in Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts. You can share your take on various different missions, have a chat with people that are definitely interested in that topic, share some other games that you play, and many, many more. So I strongly encourage you to join the Discord. Link is in description down below the video. And well, as for me, that's it for today's episode. And well, I'll catch you next time. Later. Out.